Hey there, I'm Kid Wilder. So on this run, we've got to either hope that the tomb spawns in so we can actually go down and see what I did with the reservoir after I drained the reservoir down there. See if it helps us out any. Oh, we also now get 6 coins after solving that other puzzle box. We can now access all of the check time. We can now access all of the computer's emails when we get to them. We've got to do the laboratory one, and we've got to get the bomb shelter if we can get the bomb shelter. There's schoolhouse. I'm going to hold off on the schoolhouse for a little bit because I want to get this bomb shelter. And it was a little after 8, so we'll have to set the time differently. Because you have to set it at least an hour out. Okay, time lock safe. You know, at least 1 hour. It'll remain open for 4 hours. It is November. Going the wrong way. And then this was the 24th. See. I gotta double check. It did say at the beginning, but I don't recall. 24th. So that means that we got, because you count the 7th day as the official first day on here. But technically all you're doing is you're taking the day that it is and then you'll add 6 to it, because I was looking at that calendar and I think we need to actually plug in November 30th for the day, the month and day. So November 30th. We'll do 10 a.m. Confirm. So November 30th at 10 a.m. I'm going to log into the network and see what emails might be down here. If any. Electronic email. I think we might have read these. Stay put, it's finally happening. We just got confirmation from our source that the Red Guard is coming tomorrow to begin their formal inquiry into the disappearance. At this point, it's going to be too risky to move you until next week at the earliest. Just hang tight for now. So they were hiding people down here. Situation. I passed the message on, and your uncle says he may have. They were hiding my mom down here. He may have an idea for a more long-term solution, but it's going to require some doing. I'm not sure exactly what he has in mind. But this morning, when I looked at today's blueprints, I saw he had drafted the pump room, a floor plan I haven't seen used in a very, very long time. I have a feeling you all may be taking a boat ride shortly. So we do need to go down into the tomb and take the boat somewhere. In terms of area, there's not really as much room here as I remembered from my youth. If it was just me, I wouldn't mind, but with 4 of us and the space we're going to need for planning, I don't expect this to be a sustainable situation for more than a week, a fortnight at best. And for those that don't know, a fortnight is 2 weeks. Yes, and don't worry, this communication method is fully secure. I'm the only lab technician with network access, the only one who uses this terminal. I'm working to get you some more supplies, but I'm not focusing on essentials, as I believe there's enough food in the shelter to last for the duration. So I think it'd be wise if you can do a quick inventory to confirm that. So that's pretty much all that we have there. Don't really have anything else in here. Can we request schedule change? I don't know why they left some of that stuff on there. I guess it's just kind of filler. Alright. We just gotta kill time. Their clock down here. Remain where you are for now. Given the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed that with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the three of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. Reading all that other stuff kind of slowly starts to piece together a lot more of a picture. I only had 3 beds down here. A lot of canned food. Alright, I think I'll probably stand outside and stare at the clock for a bit. Technically, I shouldn't even go outside. I should just stay inside. But I'll skip over this until I get the safe unlocked. We are getting that safe. Alright. Safe is open for us. We get a gem for our trouble. Oh, this is letter 7. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father. I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost of aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe the scenario entirely plausible. And the fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive, safe, and finally free. So there's 8 rubies, 8 safes. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. And that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. And that distant land, I pray one day to find our merry and safe, happy, and absolved. Courtney. The plot thickens. Why do they have the radiation monitor in here? I can't do anything with it. Like, I wonder if there's actually a thing that I can do with that. Okay, so now that we have that taken care of, we just need to figure out where the last safe is. Granted, it did say something about the final letter would be out of our reach, just like the final door. But I don't think that's true. Alright, so now we need to get to the cloister, if we can find the cloister. We're gonna go left. But if we can find the cloister, we need to get there. We'll do the hallway with the trunk. I'm gonna keep going left. We could do the walk-in closet, get 4 items. Maybe something in there's useful. We got a regular key, money, another regular key, and a gem. Still feel like there's more to this walk-in closet than meets the eye. We'll go back to the hallway and we're gonna go north. Hey, there's the laboratory. I could run an experiment and read the messages on there. Is there anything in here? Sorry. I'm so paranoid that I'm gonna miss something now. Cause it's like, oh, that's not there. That's not that important. Oh, you see the shiny thing over here? Yeah, you don't see that. You don't see that. See what experiment we can do. Okay. While drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan, when you draft a red room, lose 5 steps, then each time you unlock or bypass a security door. I can lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. Add a small chest to the entrance hall, or set your dice to 2. We'll go with the each time you unlock or bypass a security door, set our dice to 2. Don't like the idea of losing steps. And the chest might be okay. I don't know. Alright, let's log into the network. See what mail you have in here. 1987. Lock it down. Lock it all down. And that was from Sinclair. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we will be sealing off the entrance to the Blackbridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimal measures that we should be considering given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Chef DeCamp, freezer access. There's information about the freezers? Chef, please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive, and they're already accounting for normal variations due to expected use and staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related not to your freezer visit, but to the use of furnace in close proximity. So if we get the furnace near the freezer, we can thaw the freezer out. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, even more so in rooms in close proximity to it. That is very interesting because I kept wondering if there was a way to melt the ice on it. Randolph, as I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week, I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal working hours. However, on Friday I was making my famous black truffle pizza and I had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up. But that's been kind of nagging. I've been wondering about if I could even melt that ice. So it's nice to have that confirmed. I guess we'll go ahead and go left. Reading nook with dead end. I mean, there's the dark room. We'll do security, I guess. Feel like I'm burning through all my resources right now. I need get access to a sledgehammer or more keys. I do have those too, but yeah, we've still got the one trunk. Did that one not count as me starting with a key card? Because I don't think I started with it since I technically didn't end the day in there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on to high. I'm gonna turn offline mode into unlock just in case. Hopefully that doesn't mess me up too much. Oh, I do got a key card. I didn't pay attention to it. We'll go north. So we've got bedroom, dark room, or laundry room. I think I'm gonna do the bedroom. 2 steps from that. Don't see anything in here. At least nothing of note. Yeah, nothing there. I'm overly paranoid about everything. We got the chapel. I guess we could take the chapel and negate the coin so we'd never lose a coin from the chapel. Since we have the shelter. Now we are safe in here for the moment. Keep heading east. So there's the commissary. I could use our last gem to do the commissary. That way we can get that die. Because I need some dice. Okay, we can either get magnifying glass, sledgehammer, sleeping mask, or running shoes. If I do the sledgehammer, I can get the one trunk in the hallway. And that might get us some more money. And if it gets us more money, we can try for the running shoes and the sleeping mask. Hopefully it doesn't run things. Okay, we got the drawing room. I need to check the weight room. Because we had that one message, and I don't lose half my steps because I have the shelter. It hinted like there might be a possible secret lever in here. If I understood correctly. Can't do anything with that. Unless it means that this lever always spawns in here. I'm not sure. Because I may have misread it. Oh well, at least we didn't lose any major steps from that. I'm gonna go bust open this trunk now. Hey, we got a lot more dice. We're at 3 dice. Let's go right from the entrance hall. Crafting studio, parlor, or spare room. We'll go ahead and do the parlor because I need to get some gems going. Hopefully we can actually get gems from this one. I don't see anything in here. You hiding anything in this painting? Alright, this box is empty. The box with a false statement is empty. There are 2 false statements. Okay, if it's saying there's 2 false statements, then a box with a true statement is either empty or full. A box with a true statement would be empty, and then they'd make this one the one that actually has it in it. If it's correct. So then this one would have probably been false. Which means that one could have been true. Which means this one probably had it. Okay, we got the reading nook. We'll go ahead and do the reading nook so that we can get the library. Grab this extra key. We got a trunk in here. We need to go back and get the sleeping mask, and we need money anyway. Wait. I just dead-ended myself. I can't do the library. Redraw. Redraw again. I have to do the break room. Because I just realized I dead-ended the weight room. Do the break room. I'm going to come back to that void of the break room. I want to go up here to the commissary. I'm going to go ahead and grab the shoes. Running shoes. I feel like they'll come in handier than the rest of it. Unless I can get another coin or 2. I am sad about the library. That was my mess up. All I saw was reading nook and I was like, yes, I can do that. Then I lose out on stuff. Okay, so that one was 10. I guess we're going back to basic math. So 16 divided by 2 would be 8. 20 minus 10 would be 10. Times 2 would be 20. Divided by 4 would be 5. 20 plus 3 would be 23. Minus 3 would be 20. Times 3 would be 60. Divided by 6 would be 10. You're really trying to get me into that secret garden. I think that's 3 runs in a row I've gotten the secret garden key. Okay, we got a corridor and a den. We'll do the den. That way we can get another gem. We got another trunk in here. Is that a silver key? Yeah, that's a silver key. We did say we wanted more gems. We've got a courtyard, but I don't have a shovel, so I'd have to hope that the courtyard actually had a shovel. We could do the spare room, which would just be a spare room. I could do the observatory, spend a gem on that. I think we're going to do the observatory. At least it doesn't fully dead end me there. So it's the seventh one. What can we expect? Apples are extra delicious today. And we'll probably never find any more apples. I imagine that's probably like an extra one step every day for every apple. Do the pantry. We'll get 4 more coins. What'd I say? We got us an orange. Not an apple, but an orange. So I go ahead and go back and get the sleep mask. I feel like I should. I'm already over here. We don't have any reason to go back anywhere else. We're gonna run over to get the sleep mask. And hopefully our shoes will kick in at some point. I don't think they kicked in at all that whole run. Kind of had one more coin. I just need to get a few bedrooms. Get some of my steps back. We'll go north from here. Hey, there's the library. Magnifying glass, so we don't even need to go back to the shop. Alright, we've been waiting for you. The History of Arendia. Book was graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. Forward. Arendia was once the name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters. Though the term is no longer employed in the halls of politics, nor commonly known to the average citizen, its memory flickers in the hearts of those who hail from the lands that it once encompassed, and many of the elder generation in hushed circles still refer to themselves as Arendians. Yet we must not let the flame of our history dwindle into the obscurity of whispered conversations, nor permit our leaders to join us to abandon the name of our land. We must keep alive the embers of our past and preserve them for the generations yet to come. And we need to move you out of the way. Azera. Most historians mark the beginning of the First Era, often denoted as Azera, by the ascension of the first king of Arendia, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. But regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the first century, the black banners of Arendia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry. Along every thoroughfare from Oris all the way to the western banks, a new kingdom was born. Second Era. It was the fourth king of Arendia who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. The eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm Orindia Ares, after the angelic paragon of royalty, Orinda. To the youngest, he bestowed upon him the realm of the Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Araja, the mystical realm of the ancestors, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and the poetry of the old tongue. Third Era. As the second era drew to a close, the three sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relationships throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued their tradition, and the third era was defined by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the length and breadth of the land, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Araja. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the three realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. A promise that would, unfortunately, as my readers will soon find, not be kept. Fourth Era. As the king of Orindia Ares entered the fourth era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Dacilitus III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects, from the most influential advisors to the humblest of citizens. He was a king who often was seen among the people eating, drinking, and conversing, a sight that shocked not only the gentry in the court, but the masses as well, who would scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever sup with the crown. Dacilitus was renowned as the king of the people, and it was therefore a surprise to no one when he made the decision to move the capital from the secluded mountains of Reddington to the public stage of Oris, leaving castle and court behind. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare. Yet not all were swayed so easily. There were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his station and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the common folk. These dissenting voices planted the seeds of discontent which took root in the lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fen, or as I have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fen. Era of Ruin. After the passing of King Dacilitus III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died naturally in his old age and surrounded by his people in Oris, far away from the growing unrest among the western city of Fen. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the self-proclaimed Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a surprising number of supporters due to the fact that Dacilitus IV shared his father's good name, but little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the insurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets, stained in red. Pacification of Fen. The brutality of pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch-Ares and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Horus had fallen, and with it, the realm. Black flags had flown for 5 eras, were burned, and in their place, red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fynn. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. That's what the cat with the flag meant. The black cat was the original family, and they're tied to the red flag, the usurpers, the current era. Today, the realm inherited by the 3, Fyn-Ares, Arch-Ares, and Araja, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realm serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. And as those trees continue to grow, so do our hopes for a common future. A future where we are not defined by the colors of the banners we raise, but by that which connects us. A land that we each call home. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, a land of our fathers, of our mothers, and of our children. This land is, after all, that has happened. Still Arendia. So that was it. And those symbols, I recognize those symbols. They're all over the house. I wonder if that's a clue to something. And then the crown, when they're talking about that in the bomb shelter, they were stealing the crown back from the current air quote king, and they wanted to restore the rightful heir to the throne, I think is what they were going for. There's just so much on this. I guess we'll do the corridor because I need the gems to try and get the oyster to spawn. Ooh, rumpus room. Every time. Hey. Safety deposit key. You know, for that vault that I never get. We got a lot of money. Anything else in here? Like any food, something like that. Use an umbrella. All right. Tell me something good.
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Yes, the fog is clearing. I see a shadow in the doorway.
That's the nursery and the dark room.
Silent footsteps in the hallways. An unlatched gate you did not open.
What?
A missing item you did not take.
Huh?
I see a young boy watched from afar. A young boy who once was brave, but now afraid.
She's seen that.
Heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
So what gate was left unlatched? Is that a clue as to the fact that I could have left at any time, maybe? Hey, look, it's the pool. I guess I could do the pool. That way it'd open up. Oh, I at least need the space. I'll do the pool. Nothing in here that I can get access to because there's water down there. West Wing Hall. Go east. Use a regular key. That dark room's way too convenient. But if I do the dark room, I'll lose access to the possibility of doing the furnace. I'll do the dark room. Maybe there's something in here that I need. Hey, there's a door. Another key. Is there anything else? You know, that looks like a red one. I kind of wonder if that's a false statement. I know I had written it down. I don't know. I don't see anything in here. And we can always go north. So is it going to be a nursery? There's the nursery. I'm going to do the nursery. I just kind of got chills slightly. Because there's a nursery off of the dark room. So what is it that's in here that is trying to lead me to? Did I misunderstand? Is there a thing that I need from a different space? There's someone in here with me? Guess if I can get a bedroom, I can at least get 10 steps in addition to the normal steps. Oh, that's kind of sad. I was hoping there would be some big mystery there. Use a key. I think we'll have to do the spare room. We can do the special key or we can do the regular key. Do the regular key. think I'm fine with the extra loss of steps. Oh, I forgot. Every time I did this, it would reset my dice to 2. Yeah, there's car keys. Then we're gonna go this way. 7 locked doors. We could do the courtyard and it'd use... Oh, I can just reroll. We'll reroll again. Can't reroll anymore. So it's either storeroom, guest room, or kitchen. We'll do the kitchen. We can get some extra steps from in here. We do have money. The tomato soup. Let's buy for every red room in your house. Which I think we only have 3. So would that be 20 or would it be 15? Oh, no, it just says +5 per, so it'd be 15. Be about the same as a club sandwich, but cheaper. Do the tomato soup. No, it's 20. I could do the club sandwich to get even more steps. I'm gonna hold off because I might need that money for the locksmith. Gonna go down here. Can't do anything over there. Go this way. Don't have any gems. Roll a die. Guess we'll have to do the dining room. And go back to the gymnasium and I can use the key card and it should give me 2 dice, right? Nope. That's sad. I can do the music room, but I don't have any gems. Guess we can do the coat check. What? I already bypassed the door. Did I not? Go ahead and get our battery pack out. You can either put the key card in here, sledgehammer, broken lever, running shoe, secret garden key, over key, sleeping mask. Should I put the vault key in here? Because I don't think that even if I manage to find enough gems for it, I'm going to be able to actually access the vault on this run. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the vault key in there. So hopefully that doesn't end up biting me in the butt. At least we get a nice dinner. Well, oh, we don't have trophy room. We do get an extra 20 steps. Okay, we don't have anything in here. Nope, we do have a key. We got 2 more dice from going in the coat check. Still at 1 door that we're able to go through. We could do the pump room and take us right. And hopefully get us just a little bit closer to something. Okay, we've got nothing in here. I will eventually learn your secrets. I would do the archives, but I don't have immunity to it anymore. Redraw. Redraw again? I guess it's the Great Hall. Yay. Oh, I got 2 dice again. Use a special key. We'll go silver key. Oh, bypass the cost. We can do the drawing room. Means we can also get 1 gem. Sorry, I was like, wait, didn't I spawn in something? No. I don't think I did. Go south. Really throwing that courtyard at me. I think I'm gonna... I can either do the bunk room, workshop, or courtyard, and I think I'm gonna do the workshop. Is there anything in here? Oh, we got a compass. We got the 8 sheet music in here. Anything else in here? Kind of wondering what I can make. So we got a sleeping mask, compass, sledgehammer, battery pack, magnifying glass, running shoes, key card, and broken lever. We're gonna do with the battery pack. Can I fix the broken lever with it? Because I think I tried to do that before and it wouldn't let me because it wanted an extra thing. So what else could I do it with? Oh, it actually shows like what's compatible. Sledgehammer's compatible. Ooh, power hammer. That sounds amazing. What did I just make? Stronger sledgehammer that can also knock down weaker brick walls. Let's see. I think the weight room actually had a brick wall. That corner. 'Cause it looks like there might be something over in the corner of the weight room. I think there's 2 brick walls in there. What it looks like from the picture. We'll have to make our way down to the weight room. I'm gonna finish exploring some of this area. Let's do the boudoir. We'll get that extra gem. I keep forgetting that I'm repeating the experiment. I really enjoy that experiment right now. Wait, there's money. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with any of this stuff. Go ahead and use our last key, I guess. We still don't have a shovel. Guess we'll do the storeroom. We can get a couple more keys. I don't think there's anything else in here. Do we want to go ahead and go down to the weight room? That's quite the trek. I guess we could stop at the kitchen and grab us some food and make up for it slightly. Do we want to keep going north? 'Cause I think I have plenty of steps right now. Here's our key. We got the utility closet, bunk room, and the office. Redraw. Really wanting us to take that courtyard. Go ahead and do the courtyard. And of course, there's no there's no shovel out here. There's the cloister, and we don't have the gems for it. I knew I was not going to have enough gems for it. There's the vault. Don't have enough gems for it. I guess there's at least the locksmith. Since I have the secret garden key, what's the other special key going to be? Oh, just a silver key. I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy 3 more keys. And I think the lockpicking kit. Because I want to go to the Great Hall and see what all's in there. Or do I want to keep wanting to backtrack? So if we go down to the Great Hall, we could potentially end up getting some really nice stuff, or it could be a bust. I feel like if we go back to the Great Hall, we're going to be backtracking too much. We only have 2 more spaces up here. We go ahead and do the courtyard north. We'll lose 1 die. You like throwing that music room at me when I don't have the gems for it. You like throwing that attic at me when I don't have the gems for it. We could do the sauna or we could do the mage chamber. I don't like the mage chamber, but I got no choice in it. We're gonna have plenty of steps now, though. Don't really see anything in here. Did not manage to pick that lock. There's the showroom. Guess we can go ahead and redraw. Might as well, we got the dice for it. There's the wine cellar. We could either do the mail room or the wine cellar. I feel like there's something beside that wine cellar, and I'm hoping with the gem that I have, I can add those 3 to it, and then maybe I can use that last die to potentially get something in the Great Hall. So we got our money. Don't see anything here. It's hard to tell what you can and cannot interact with. Like some of the stuff, I'm like, oh, maybe I can pull it out and it'll reveal a hidden door. So if I'm moving around too much, I do apologize for that. What is the point of this empty space? Why are there some bottles that are empty? Like I'm clicking on things, but can't really interact with anything. If we go off of see where the bottle's pointing, looks like one of them's pointing over here. Nothing that I can do over here. We got that other bottle that's pointing straight over here. Somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there should be something in here. Go down to the Great Hall. We're gonna go buy some more keys. Just in case. Because, I mean, the Great Hall has at least 6 locked doors. There's no guarantee that my lockpick kit's gonna work. We got another door here. Come on. We got the vault. Now I gotta run all the way back to the coat check. Of course the lockpicks are really working for me right now. Nothing in here. Those are pretty nice lockpicks. Oh, some gems. Those will be very handy. Hey. And it's the one side that I dead-ended. I was right up to it. So now we know that there's a lever in the Great Hall. And I was gonna go down to the weight room to see if there's a lever down there. But first, I want to run to the coat check, get the vault key, come back to the vault. I do need to try to end my day in the break room. And then I think the coat check, I want to try to leave my new hammer in there. Oh man, we're gonna probably burn through our steps pretty quick too. Because of the extra step that gets used every time we go through there. Grab me a club sandwich. I'll go ahead and eat a banana too. I can keep eating bananas. Nice. Like how we haven't found a single apple. Okay, it's over here. Look at all that money. Think of all the bananas I could buy. I wonder if there's a penalty to taking all this money. So it is November 30th. Nothing here that I can interact with. There's something behind the door. Nothing I can see. Got some paintings in here. Various artwork. Which one is it? 149? 149. We increased our allowance by 2. Got some money. What are you? Passport. Benares. Samantha Hayes, international passport. Diplomatic pass, 455. Surname Hayes, given name Samantha, nationality Eurasian, date of birth January 12th, 54, sex female, date of issue. You're saying that's Samantha Hayes? Did they forge a passport so that they would think that? Oh. Don't really see anything on here. So what's the importance of this? Does that definitely look like my mom, I think? Anything else in here I can interact with? Because I don't have any other keys for this. I may cut this out so that you don't get motion sick. Alright, let's go break a wall. There wasn't any other doors, were there? Not doors, but things I needed. Yeah, this is just gonna spend 2 coins and get steps. I feel like there's something else in here. Why can I interact with that? Wonder if there's a thing where if you turn off the water to the kitchen, maybe? We're right by the pump room. I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn the water off to the kitchen. I just want to see. That's neat. I turned the water off. Why? What's the point? And we don't have any other key that we can use for the door in the basement. Okay, let's go bust down the wall. And hopefully have enough steps to get back to put that in the coat check. And still run all the way back down to the break room. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna have enough steps for it, but we'll see. Okay, weight room. Yeah, I can't do anything with this brick wall. I can do something with that brick wall. Or if I could use that in the... Hey. The destruction of structural elements of the house, like walls, is not permanent and will reset every few days. It looks like this might be false because it's not handwritten. Hey. This is supposed to be a clue about the underground area. What? So, if we don't mind losing half of our steps, we can take the weight room and open the southern door. If we have enough keys, we can do the Great Hall and open the eastern door. If we can get the broken lever and the greenhouse, we can open the southern door. Which one opens the western door? And I don't think there's any more brick walls that I can think of that we'd be able to bust down. At least not here. Because it won't let me break that wall down. Well, let me break that down. Just kind of looking on the map. Almost looks like a wall that could be broken down, but I don't think it is. Same with the hallway that I generated. Yeah, we just gotta make sure we end in the break room again. And I don't recall there being any brick walls in the shelter. I guess we'll go ahead and throw this power hammer into the coat check. Or do we want to do the secret garden key? I don't feel like I take the coat check enough to be getting rid of items. I guess I'll go ahead and put the secret garden key in the coat check and just hope that I can get it at the same time as the potential secret garden area. We'll go down to the entrance hall, parlor, reading nook, and kind of make our way back up to the coat check. I think I might just barely have enough steps. All because of those bananas. And the running shoes too, I guess. Can I pay you more money and give me more information? Yeah, it almost looked like there was a window or something right here. Check in the secret garden key. Let's run all the way back down to the break room, I guess. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Yeah, I don't see anything. You know, all that time I was near any sort of computer, I never really considered looking to see if I had everything. Oh no, I went that way. Okay, we got the break room here. And if I go over to the reading nook, parlor, entrance hall, hallway, laboratory, and security, I can check to see if I forgot anything. I should still have enough steps to get back. I hope. Just so I can see just how bad things were. I didn't miss a single thing. I never did test to see if it actually keeps me logged in. The staff services. What special orders should we take? Should we do metal detector or should we do shovel? It says I can request a sledgehammer too. I'll do a metal detector. Because if we get that Great Hall, we're gonna need a lot of keys. Does that keep me logged in? Nope. I could swear there's one that would allow for me to stay logged in. I may have misunderstood that. So, we already got the trunk in here. Let's head back to the break room. I think that's pretty much all we can do now. We have all these dead ends. We did get a red letter. We did get to read the full history of Arendia and discover a lot more information. We found a fake passport in the vault. We managed to put the secret garden key in the coat check. We discovered 2 levers to get into the antechamber. We got more information from the rumpus room. And I feel like there's something else. I'll probably figure it out whenever I'm editing. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. That was way more informative and productive than I thought it'd be. I almost messed myself up. 155 steps taken. Jeez. I just wish I would have gotten more gems. But now we also have our allowance is 8 coins, so we get 8 coins every day. Getting up there. That'll come in nice whenever we get the bookshop again, because there's gonna be, there's gonna be a book in there that we need. I hope you join me on my next episode.